Jillian, I'm told that that red jailhouse jumpsuit is actually not just an accidental color. It's bright, bright red to separate him from other inmates and show he's a seg inmate, that the ones who are segregated and high risk for violence from other inmates have to wear the bright red. So it's pretty fascinating. Clearly, they have their eyes on what they think he's all about. So he's at the Larry D. Smith Correctional Facility. The video link conversation with the reporter was, what, 45 minutes or so? He says that he's cooperating. I wonder if that means, I'm cooperating. I led them out to Highway 60, which everybody now pretty much presumes is a boondoggle.
Yeah, I think, again, you're with a large majority of people. He claims he's been completely cooperative with investigators, but he wouldn't go into detail. He was pressed multiple times on whether he led authorities to that remote area you just mentioned. You're looking at that video. On Sunday, when he was spotted with some of those investigators out there, he said he wants to talk about it, but he can't. Again, he mentioned his attorney saying, do not talk to the press. So, without saying much, he's like, I've been cooperative, but he wouldn't really give us any other details as to the disappearance of his baby boy.
But there he was, happy as a clam to talk about the last time he beat up a child, which was his own, a 10-week-old. And if anyone out there doesn't have children or has never had a baby, at 10 weeks, they're just the size of like a couple of sticks of butter. They're so tiny and so completely helpless. So to think that this child was left permanently disabled from the injuries that she sustained. Talk to me a little bit more about what he told the reporter about that crime.
Yeah, that's the one thing he really did talk about. He talked a lot about it, and he really blamed that on why investigators, what he says, are unfairly assuming that he killed his 7-month-old. He explained exactly, in his words, what he said happened. He said he accidentally dropped his daughter, Carolina, on a sink divider while he was giving her a bath. But he said he didn't think she was injured. And then his wife at the time, so this isn't Rebecca, this is Vanessa, she apparently woke him up in the middle of the night and said, something's wrong with the baby. So they took her in to see the doctor. And that's when they found a multitude of injuries. There were broken bones, other serious injuries. She was an infant at the time, like you just mentioned, but ever since then, she's now, not grown up, but she's a young girl. She's been bedridden and she has cerebral palsy. And that's something that they really brought up yesterday in that press conference. The DA was getting somewhat emotional about it because he's like, you see all of this here and still you're not, you didn't go to prison. He made a plea deal with the judge in that case. And he said, as you mentioned, it was because he couldn't afford it. So he was given a 4-year probation sentence and 180 days of community service. And when we were asked, or when the reporter asked him about that sentence, of course, he said, he called it fair, but completely different from what we heard from the DA just yesterday. He was slamming that judge, and really, he didn't mince any words on that.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I got just seconds left, but I just want you to tell me what he shouted to his wife, Rebecca, because on Tuesday he said he saw her at court. What was that?
Yeah, so they've been separated this whole time. And when they arrived in court, they were put on opposite ends of the courtroom. And so apparently when he got off the elevator after the court appearance, he saw her, he shouted he loved her. And then he claims that's when a deputy allegedly shoved him to the ground. He said they, quote, launched him like he was a rag doll and that he re-injured his shoulder. So we obviously asked about that. They won't talk about any of those claims. They refuse to comment, but that's at least his account of what happened when he saw Rebecca.
I wonder if that's how it felt when that 10-week-old baby was being slammed around with broken bones and skull fractures, etc. It's really curious. Jillian Smuckler, great reporting. Come back, will you?
Thank you. Yes, thanks for having me.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.